These are the new Nothing Headphones A. I've had them for more than a week, so here's everything you need to know about them. We have some categories shown here on screen. We'll go through each one and then we can draw a conclusion. Are these a smart buy or not?
And it all starts with the unboxing. This is the retail box, quite bigger than I was expecting it to be. We flip it over and we can find the safety card, which I found impressive because it also has a portion written in Romanian. And yeah, when we are revealed on the internet, we all go haywire. It's basically a tradition at this point. We can proceed by ripping this thin paper seal. Then we can reveal the headphones. There's also another compartment in this box, which includes the carrying pouch, which is surprisingly nice to feel. 2 cables, a jack to L-shaped jacked cable, a Type-C to Type-C cable, and lastly, the user manual. Now that the unboxing is done, let's talk a bit about their design.
Now these don't look like your regular headphones, and that might have to do with the fact that these are Nothing's baby.
Situated right between the Headphone 1 and the CMF Headphone Pro, the Headphone A looks very similar to the flagship and most expensive one, except the metal body. It looks like Nothing has inverted the way the caps look, since the transparent design was interchanged with each other. I prefer it more like that, but honestly just go for a full body at this point.
In terms of actually using them, I really have to say that they're really comfy.
You get the same quality earpads straight from the most expensive counterpart and the top cushion that doesn't create pressure when wearing them for longer time. In order to enlarge them, you need to pull from this part both on the left and the right side, which is not that easy as I was expecting it to be. I usually just take the headphones from the pouch or backpack, put them on my head, then just pull each ear cup so they can adjust to my head, but I can't do that here. I have to either just leave them adjusted, which can occupy a bit more space, or adjust them every single time. I'm not saying this is badly made, it's just a different way of doing it, so you might get used to it after a while. The right ear cup has a pressable horizontal slider, which Nothing calls a roller, that is used for volume, play pause, and to change between NAC and transparency if you hold it down. What I find really nice is the fact that sometimes when you're trying to hold it down to change the modes, you can accidentally adjust the volume, but you don't have to hold it still as it's going to register both of them. So if you try to hold it down but accidentally roll it a bit so you lower your volume, it's still going to change the mode, which is kinda dope. There's also a paddle which can be pushed left and right and goes to the next and previous track by default. If you choose to hold it down instead, depending on the app that you have opened, it will either do nothing or fast forward and backward through your content. For example, I was only able to use it on Netflix while watching Dr. House, and it worked really well. On the lower side, we have the on-off switch accompanied by the LED indicator, the Type-C port, and the jack port. I don't know the last time I've seen a physical way to turn on your gadgets. That's not all yet. Still on the right ear cup, just outside, there is a customizable button that can be programmed to do different things via the app, but we'll get to it later.
Lastly, you might wonder, if there is a physical switch on these headphones, how are you supposed to put them into pairing mode? Usually when you have normal headphones, they just have the pairing mode integrated into the power button. And when they are closed, you press and hold the button and they're going to automatically enter the pairing mode. But here is just a bit different, and I would like to show you. Come on, don't be shy. They have a physical button on them, so you can press on it and hold it and it's going to enter automatically. This button is so small that you might actually forget about it being here, so you don't really have to remember this, but what you do have to remember though is every single control thing, every single button, everything is on the right ear cup. Everything. On the left ear cup, you have nothing. Alright, it's time to put these headphones to the test. From the design to all the physical buttons, it's time to talk about the app that Nothing uses, which is called Nothing X.
Now what can you do with it? Surprisingly, a lot actually. You get a battery level, ANC and all the settings, transparency or off, and special audio that can be set to off, cinema mode or concert mode. I tried both of them, but I wasn't that impressed. Both had a bit of echo to all the audio, and weirdly enough the cinema mode has more echo than the concert mode. If you wish to add a bit of spiciness, you should choose concert mode. Next there's bass enhancement, which makes it louder. I usually am all in for that bass. I mean, I tried all the Skull Candy Crusher headphones and they are very bassy to the point that they ruin the music entirely just for making fun. The equalizer is very impressive. You have some options to choose from, and wait, did I say some? Nah. Scratch that, you get a lot of options from both Nothing and the community. Yes, you heard right. You can make it your own in the advanced tab, but you can also go to explore, which has a few modes, and end up in the playground, in which you can choose between lots and lots of presets made by other users. You can also make yours and share it. It's basically sharing via QR code, and you can scan others' QR codes so you can import the exact options. There is also a category which lets you change some parts of the user experience, such as the customizable button, which has both press and hold, and these are the options that you can choose, and one option for the roller. The following options are very short but important, so let's do a quick succession by going through them. Low lag mode, which is useful for gaming and other stuff. It basically tries to reduce the audio delay as much as possible, to the point that you're still going to hear a very slight difference, but I found it useful. I mean, it does its job. Dual connection, which was expected in 2026. Very useful when using both a phone and a laptop. You're working on your university projects in a quiet cafe or in a public library or just a public place. Then hop on a call with ease without anyone noticing that you forgot to put it on silent. On a second thought, you might not want to answer that in a quiet place. Yeah, just take it outside. Then in device settings, you have the option to switch from AAC to LDAC codec, standby NAC, which determines how much the headphones will stay power on when idle, find my headphones, pretty self-explanatory, and the about section where you do the software updates. I actually had one already, as right now I'm on 1.0.1.45 when doing this video. To put it in perspective, they have a ton of stuff that you might want to go through. It definitely makes it fun.
It's now time to talk about the audio quality, NAC and mic quality. At first I was thinking about making 3 different categories, but then I decided to just stick to one, so now let's start and talk about it.
The Nothing Headphone A have 40mm drivers that are titanium coated. Their adaptive NAC can go up to 40 decibels. Also, the headphones have a total of 4 mics, and while you're in a call, they are using a free mic algorithm to reduce the environmental noise and also amplify your voice.
Now, I've previously tried the CMF Headphone Pro, but I haven't actually tried the Nothing Headphone 1. Since you're here because you would like to know if you should just get the headphones A instead of paying for the ones, I also bought the Nothing Headphones 1, so I can test them both and let you know. Now, each individual is different, so no matter how many videos you watch, how many unboxing videos, how many reviews you see online, there's not gonna really make a difference, but it's gonna be useful feedback for you to decide. Should you just go for the Nothing Headphones 1, or should you just cut some budget and just get the headphone A? As you can see, I'm trying to put as much effort in these videos that I can. I mean, I literally bought 2 pair of headphones just to review one. So if you like my content, please consider giving a sub on my channel.
Here's my verdict in terms of audio. I'd say that the Nothing Headphone 1s are very rich, both in lows and highs, but lack a bit on clarity. Sounds are a bit muffled for some reason, which I was not expecting from this price. I get that this is a first generation headphones, but I guess that means that nothing should improve on the second generation, right? Well, it's exactly that. Compared to the first ones, the Nothing Headphone A's are way clearer. I love how detailed they are, especially in movies, but lack in terms of richness. So basically they just lost the richness that the headphones once had. Beats don't sound like they're coming out of the headphones like the ones. You can get closer, however, to something a bit nicer by adjusting the EQ, but the out-of-the-box experience didn't really impress me. The mic quality, however, has been improved a lot. I'll now play 2 recordings on both headphones. The settings were left to default, so you get the default noise cancellation that you'd normally get while on a call. This is a recording from the Nothing Headphone 1. This is a recording from the Nothing Headphones A.
So these headphones, when you're changing modes from ANC to transparency, they're making some really freaky noises. I don't know what Nothing was thinking at when they picked this type of noises, but some people tried these headphones and here's the face expression that it did. Like, take a look at this.
The NAC is about as good as I thought it would be. The combination of the comfy earpads and the adaptive mode fits rather well, isolating most of the noise around you. I don't get that bubble feeling, but it's good enough that you can use it for watching content or even sleeping in a very crowded environment, such as maybe a flight.
Having over-the-ear headphones usually means that you have better isolation, which I thought that if you have transparency, there's not gonna sound that good. Well, I was kinda wrong.
With transparency mode on, you have about 65% of the feeling that you don't really have the headphones on your head. I was impressed about the amount of the environment they can bring. Previously, I only used small buds such as the OnePlus Buds Pro 3, so I wasn't really used to big headphones. The only thing I would have really liked is during transparency mode to have my voice being played from the headphones into my ear, just as in the AirPods Max or as in the first generation Nothing Headphone 1. The headphones A have a 1060 mAh battery, and after my initial test, which involved playing a very long video on 50% volume, the Nothing Headphone A drained about 55% battery over the course of 42 hours of a YouTube video. If we do the math, this is lower than the advised 90 hours with the LDAC codec. That might have been a mistake on my part since they were left on transparency, even if I wasn't wearing them, just put them in a closet to do this test. So it's either kinda close or actually the same with the specifications that Nothing gave. Unfortunately, I didn't get the time to test every single possible combination, but Nothing is claiming up to 135 hours with AAC without NAC on, 75 hours with AAC with NAC on, and if LDAC codecs is used, without NAC it's up to 90 hours, and with NAC is about 62 hours. And in terms of talk time, you have up to 72 hours without NAC and 50 hours with NAC.
Now it's time to talk about the issues that the Nothing Headphone A have, and to be honest, it's just one issue in particular.
While you're walking, with each step you're making a very small shock, which you can feel if you're playing some audio. The bass feels like it's moving left and right, kinda like it's trying to run away from you. Think about it like this: you have this dot that represents where the bass is coming from. I know it's not that true, I mean it's kinda spatial, but let's just keep it at one point. And here's how it acts when you move. This is also what happened with the CMF Headphone Pro, and there the issue was very annoying. Looks like they kind of fixed it, but it's not 100% fixed. Maybe the third generation will get it eventually, but that's pretty much the reason that I returned my CMF Headphones Pro. Other than that, I haven't actually found any issues, so looks like Nothing they kind of cooked here. Now, what should be my final verdict of these headphones? I'd say they are really good. Well, it depends who exactly are you and what are your preferences in terms of audio products. Priced fairly well compared to what you're actually getting for them, I feel like they are the everything headphones. They can be used for games as you have low latency mode, or even wired because you have the jack cable. It's also nice when you're using for movies, including connecting to a smart TV that has Bluetooth, but I guess every single smart TV has Bluetooth nowadays. I'm not the guy who has only one pair of headphones. I usually have a lot of headphones. I have gaming headphones for games, I have headphones that you wear on the neck, I have some KZX headphones for VR, including this all-way open-ear headphones for I don't know what else. I have a lot of headphones which I use depending on what I'm doing right then. I love having fun audio products made for a lot of scenarios, and that includes a JBL party box for when I want stuff to get really loud for my neighbors and me. But I guess if you were to only get one pair, it's gonna be okay. You have the EQ, you can play with it, so you can make them your own. In the end, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please consider giving a like on it, since it really helps myself and the channel quite a lot. Other than that, this has been Razvan Rooks, and I'll catch you in the next one.